Okay, there's a cafe in Tipperary where they're not allowing children in. They are allowing dogs in. And you don't like this. I have
No,
a feeling
no.
maybe you do.
Yeah, no. um, yeah, I don't like dogs in places that serve food. It doesn't. I don't like that.
You know, that's going to piss off a lot of 25-year-old girls, not so much. More like sort of 42-year-old women who don't have kids but do have dogs. They
Yeah.
really want us to believe that dogs and kids are equal
Yeah,
in this society.
yeah.
So they don't like when you say, no, they're not. Dogs shouldn't be allowed inside,
Yeah.
you know.
But like, it is kind of a basic hygiene thing, isn't it? Like, you wouldn't let a dog into a kitchen in a restaurant, would you?
When you're Gordon Ramsay's cooking food, he's already freaking out at the 18-year-old's acne-ridden intern
Yeah.
for forgetting to fucking wash the lettuce. And somebody's
Yeah.
gotten... and then a dog rolls in, a German Shepherd rolls in. Like, dogs
Yeah.
are filthy.
Yeah.
And yet
yeah.
we do like them, but we shouldn't be sleeping with them. Those two things can be true at once.
Yeah.
And we live in a society where people treat children like dogs and treat dogs like children. Isn't that so deep?
Yeah.
Children
Yeah.
like dogs. Have you ever heard these people who complain that on a flight, a child's crying and they go, we need child-free flights and all that, which I don't know. Like, I just think, like, especially when you're over the age of 35 and like the weight of existence gets heavier and heavier with every passing year. Do you not look at the joyous face of an innocent child and think, God, maybe there's something to live for? Like, do you not look at human beings in form, in a pre-trauma form, joyous and sensitive, and not think, you know what, that's a positive
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah.
But people want pleasant consumer experiences.
Yeah.
That's what they
Yeah.
want. So
Yeah.
children making noise and is bothersome.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I do get that, but you have to live in the real world as well. Like, you know, if you want everything to be perfectly comfortable, you have to pay top dollar for that. You know, you can't you can't pay standard fare and expect to have your private jet. Like,
Moogle's saying in a nice way, it's your fault if you're poor.
yeah.
You know what's funny is that in this place they're charging €15 for coffee. So they are. But the other side of it is that women, there was a woman on telly who basically said,
And I say this as a single childless woman, when you say you want a child-free space, you don't want women there, because what you're doing is cutting women out of this as well. I know there are men like Tommy who pull their weight and go to the cafes with their children, but for the most part, it's women. You're blocking women from accessing these spaces.
Coming in with their prams.
Exactly. And I think...
But there's loads of places that women can go. And men can go with
during
children.
the day, sober.
With children, I'm just saying that they can, yeah.
I think it's absolutely horrendous.
I think people think that every place has to allow them to be in it too. It's like a Catholic priest saying strip clubs shouldn't have naked people in them because I can't go.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Like
there's a certain, like, in a free market, we can all go to where suits us.
Yeah.
And we make up arbitrary categories that we basically think it's so evil to discriminate against people based on those categories: race, sex, religion.
Yeah.
Now, what's interesting about the child thing is this isn't illegal because children aren't a respected category.
Yeah.
So it shows how arbitrary this is, even though they're human beings, we don't give a fuck about them.
Yeah.
But I actually believe that any business should be allowed to discriminate against whoever they want. And if a business wants to be racist and sexist and all that carry on, they'll be punished financially for it. The market will take care of itself naturally. But maybe that's wrong, but that's just an idea.
Yeah. Because, like, really, if a place wants to discriminate against you, would you feel happy if you, like, won over the argument, and then you were allowed in there, would you even want to go in there? Like, you know
Yeah,
what I
it's
mean?
all tense and shit.
Yeah.
Because you sued them 2 weeks previous.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's no
And-
fun.
And you're gonna go in there and spend money and give it to the owner, like that's, even though they don't like you. I don't know.
I mean, and the other obvious double standard, of course, is like, do you ever see these women's only nights in nightclub, and it's like her.ie, and it's like women are always being sexually harassed in nightclubs.
Yeah.
Even though we're all human and women go to nightclubs to meet men and vice versa, but they
Yeah.
kind of pretend like they don't. And then they have women only nightclubs, but you kind of think like maybe the point of a women's only nightclub is to be kind of mean to men, and it's not so much for the enjoyment, it's more for the her.ie article where they get to say, we had the best night ever because no men were there. People point out that, like, how isn't that illegal? And I don't even know how that isn't illegal based on the gender and all that. But the point being is, like, deep down, it's like, who gives a fuck? Like, anybody going to a snotty kind of event isn't going to be any fun anyway. Let them enjoy they need something to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the basics of it, isn't it? Like, if people don't want you around, like, just be happy not to be around them, like,
But dogs nowadays are basically like, in my dad's day, when boys were boys and men were men, if a dog wasn't a good sheepdog, it'd be put in a black sack, thrown into a river in 24 hours. Nowadays, dogs wear Christmas jumpers, they have vegan diets, and they drink puppuccinos now.
Yeah.
Have you heard of this? So it's kind of a wild time, and it's delusional. But, people latch on to the dogs because they don't have kids, and they don't have kids because they know they're not able to raise them.
Yeah, dogs are obviously
Easier to raise and lower stakes.
Yeah. You can see people walking around with their dogs, and you can tell they're kind of looking for a bit of attention as well. Like, they want you to ask about their dog,
If you have any anxiety, you can bring your dog into the bloody mass now, or...
Yeah.
It's just all a bit weird. What is going on here? You've got the business end of it. He sees a business opportunity.
Yeah.
A child-free experience.
Yeah.
It might be a little bit intentionally shocking to get a bit of media, which he's gotten.
Yeah.
You've got the fact that it's in Tipperary, so does it even matter? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I thought it was in Dublin initially. I was going to go and buy you a 15-euro coffee for your birthday. I realised it's in Tipperary. Why are we even talking about this? Does anybody live in Tipperary still?
Yeah.
Then there's the element of single mothers are essentially being discriminated against.
Yeah.
Because that's who hangs out with the babies.
Yeah.
Then there's the thing of, like, we're empowering, like, childless dog ladies. Is that dangerous? But the last massive point we need to make is that people kiss their dogs on the lips, as you well know.
Yeah.
And the second point that goes with that, that's connected but different, is that dogs suck their own arseholes.
Yeah.
So people often, I think, don't fucking sterilize their dog's mouth, tongue, throat, and fucking esophagus before they...
Yeah.
So a lot of the prettiest girls on the streets these days, beautiful girls, blonde hair, blue eyes, tall, thin, and whatever you're into, have all kinds of E. coli everywhere on their mouth. And you are just crying to kiss them.
Yeah.
And so to the young men out there, think twice.
Yeah.
Live a pious life.
Yeah.
There's poo.
Careful what you
Choose
wish for,
pious, not poo.
Yeah.
Has there ever been a woman who's actually gotten into a sexual relationship with their dog, and there's been a magazine that's written an article about it, and basically the article has been sort of somewhat positive?
Don't know.
Is that we're nowhere near that yet?
Yeah, I don't think so.
It's just
I don't know.
dogs last 12 years, they die, you miss them, and that's it. It doesn't change your life. It doesn't, nobody's dog dies and you change the way you live after.
Yeah.
When your kid dies, that's what happens.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
You're just upset about Rolo, who died.
It was Rolo.
Your dog. What was his name? Joey?
Harry, yeah.
Harry?
Yeah.
His name was Rolo.
No.
Okay. Thought you named him after Rolo Tomasi. The toxic right-wing influencer.
Yeah,
The rational male.
that'll be my next dog. Yeah.
Because he was brown, but he was also sexist.